a C-130 land on an aircraft carrier. That is pretty balling. But how does it take back off?
Alright, so in top right, evening the score at 2-2. For BoRnGo, it is gnarwhal.
And in the top left, wearing the pretty purple Protoss pieces, we have Shifu Nest, otherwise known as Sweetness. And if you've ever seen that movie about the 70s roller skater kid from the ghetto, like that's totally where he got the name.
Yeah, didn't all the keepers last season do like Shifu or whatever?
Yeah, something about Kung Fu Panda. Yeah.
So do you off race as either race, or do you just strictly play Terran?
It's been a minute, but when I do off race, it's Protoss and on the European server. And I've been really waiting for the Legacy of the Void edition of the Great Book of Protoss bullshit, because that's how I played Protoss. It was literally called the Great Book of Protoss bullshit
Nope.
on Team Liquid, and I learned all of those builds and cheesed the fuck out of people.
Well, we got a Nexus first coming out of Sweetness, and we got Hatch first, Hatch Pool out of Narwhal. So a
Oh,
little greedy, I'd say, from Sweetness. And then his
is he gonna get Gastio?
iconic fast forge. No, he didn't gas steal.
I thought he was for a second there. Sweetness is nicely active with his pro, making sure he's got as much of a scout as he can get.
I mean, he sees the gas. He sees the speed start up. I don't see what else he can be grabbing. But we got that iconic fast forward for +1 coming out from Sweetness. As a Terran player, that kind of scares me when he does this. Because if I
Yeah, I like this. Even if you don't win the game with the very first zealot, like it's just sort of aggressive, expanding or not expanding, but upgrading right off the bat.
Mhm. Now that probe's gonna get chased down, and probe goes down. The one problem with his wall is that Zealot can get surrounded.
Man, it must be difficult casting with it, and I keep talking complete nonsense.
It's okay. I'm not gonna lie. My favorite casting partner is Rooney. Roach Warren is
Yeah.
going about halfway down. We got Twilight halfway done, but +1 is almost done, and we got Stalkers on the way.
All right. I forgot to check the APMs on this game, but it's like 700 APM for Narwhal, so he's gonna win. Okay. Did you walk away from the keyboard, boss?
No, I'm here.
Oh, I'm just following your camera action and nothing is happening.
Sorry, I was typing in chat. We got a Robo coming down, and uh-oh. But Nydus, does he know this is coming? Charge sentries.
I mean, it just worked against Kira pretty good, but that was a weird game already.
He does. Sweetness
he's
have
got
the
controlling stalker, so
Yep.
he's gonna know about it immediately. Yeah. Is he reacting?
Yeah, he's not reacting. Not reacting. I'm not having a good feeling about this. Probes are pulled. There's just a cluster of everything. One-click defense is strong. I'm not feeling good for our purple Protoss here.
Yeah, I feel like that hurts. And here comes down another Nydus. I think this is over. Yeah, this is definitely over.
I mean, he'll shoo him away from his production in the natural, but
yeah, but he's lost the main. There's nothing he can do about it.
you got Immortals.
Immortals getting wrecked by Queens alone.
I mean, but this is pretty all in by the...
And I would be feeling the all in more. But I mean, he's only down 4 workers. But he's down a base.
Oh, it looks like he'll be able to hold this, but at what cost? He left the Nexuses alive. I feel like that was a big...
No, he lost another 10 workers in that fight. He did leave the Nexus alive? Holy crap, how did that happen?
But another... He's got a ton of minerals, too. He just needs to power up his gates.
No. Zerg has a ton of minerals.
Oh.
I
saw that wrong.
It's Zerg banking 1,500 minerals. Sweetness is definitely broke. You know, I talk a lot of shit about Sweetness, but his macro is usually reasonably on point.
I don't know what's going on. I mean, the Zerg's double expanding. But he threw everything he had. He threw his queens.
I mean,
Sweetness
can Sweetness actually make something happen with the counterattack? Because he's
even on
actually
workers.
matching workers.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's got the army supply lead at 38 to 24 +1. Charge is done. War Prism is done.
He's attacking both bases. You know, if he can take out the 3rd and the 4th here, then
I think we have a game, man. Gnarwhal is scared. You know, he throws down 3 spines.
I'm really pressed. Like, for sure.
I thought the game was done too, but he left the Nexuses alive. DP Shrine is being built again. There is no detection other than Overseers, and that third goes down.
And he's got a Warp Prism to pop back and forth.
Yep. He has to be careful though, because Ling Hydra is very, very strong.
Was that Hydra range that just finished?
Yes, I believe. Or either Hydra speed, or I'm not sure. I don't know Zerg that well. But he scouts the Hydras, and all he has to do... And then he's walled off at home too, so the Zerg can't get in.
Yeah. Curiously, he seems to be walking back with his army.
I would too. I mean, he's got... Look at the worker lead alone. 41 to 27. He's even on army. He's ahead on upgrades.
Does he know that he's ahead in workers, though?
He's got to know, because he denied the 3rd and 4th, in my opinion.
I mean, really, if he can just, like, not die to this push, I think he's in great shape.
I mean, he just needs some AoE.
There's a lot of Hydras coming.
Yeah, he needs some AoE damage. So some Colossi, or he's got a Robo Bay on the way. So we're gonna see some Disruptors or some. Ooh, this is a big push coming. This is a lot of
I
Hydra.
think I would like. Yeah, I think I would like to see Colossi in this circumstance.
28 Zerglings as well.
Because he had, specifically because he has so many sentries and he can zone.
Yeah, he does. How many sentries does he have? He has 5 sentries.
And he's got 5 sentries with a ton of energy, so he can zone a lot. I would like to see a
Blink is
Colossus,
now
but
just done.
It looks like what we're getting instead.
Is just we're getting Disruptors.
We're getting Disruptors and a shield upgrade, so.
We got a bunch of Banes morphed in. Oh, but he's gonna go and try to take this base, and he's gonna see all the. Hopefully he gets the cancel on that.
Yeah, please cancel. Okay, good.
He sees the army. He goes back into his hole. And he can just force field this ramp away from...
So if we look at the worker situation, Zerg is still sitting on 25 drones. He is throwing everything in his attack. He has built exactly 1 worker since that aggression finished.
But this is a lot of Banes coming in. We need some force fields. We need something. All those Banes go down. The force fields are good.
Yeah, the force field could have been better.
Yes, but they were still pretty good. I mean, he just cut down that army. He's got the army supply lead. He's got the upgrade lead. He just doesn't have the positioning he needs to really close this game out. 12 more Banes are morphed in.
Ultimately, he sacrificed buildings to preserve more sentry.
He did get the snipe on that third because gnarwhal is having to build another third base. That warp prism still out on the map.
I didn't even see what happened.
And
Zealot's just eating those.
Disruptor hits.
Nothing. This Disruptor hit. And Zealot's just.
Oh, that was a big Disruptor hit, though.
That was a good Disruptor hit. And I think at this point,
GG is called. Well played.
That was well played. That was a hell of a comeback.
Wow.
Yeah, that was cool.
Good game, sweetness.